Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 66th episode of Final Round. As always I am Squeak and this horse fucker is the ginger one. Alan Jibby Gibson.
This episode will be our predictions for UFC 130, Edgar vs Maynard 3, and hopefully one of these bastards will finally win a fight.
First fight up here is the middleweight bout between the popular Brian Stann against the UFC return of George Santiago. Santiago has never won a fight in the UFC but was the first CINQ middleweight champion, while Stann crushed Chris Leben.
Stann's toughest fight to date in terms of a quality opponent, but he has regularly tasted the octagon while Santiago hasn't in a very long time. Plus the quality of opponents George has fought is questionable, so I reckon this may be very close. Stann is a tough fuck, we know that. Santiago has got the quality, so we got two different style of fighters here. If this stands up, I reckon Stann. If it goes to ground, then Santiago.
We next have a heavyweight fight between Stefan Skyscraper Struve against Travis Brown. Brown is undefeated and off a draw against Chick Congo, while Struve is off a win against Sean McCorkle and only lost twice in UFC.
Struve is starting to gain some form and support, but is still needing that fight against a notable opponent to prove he is a legitimate threat in this division. But this is the perfect fight for Brown. He's drawn against Congo, and this is his biggest fight. A convincing win here gets him just in top half of heavyweights and maybe even fights with likes of Shane Carwin. It's going to be a war, and I think someone's going to get knocked out or stopped by ground and pound.
Up next are two characters in UFC's heavyweight division. Fat fuck Roy Nelson returns after contract settlement against Frank the Bitch Mir. We last saw the bitch win against the legendary Mirko Cro Cop, and Nelson's last UFC fight was a tough performance but defeat against Junior dos Santos.
Someone's getting knocked, and it's either gonna be a annoying bitch or a fatty falling down to the mat, so this means fighter of the night, of course. Winner here is surely getting a super fight. Tough test for Mir, as Nelson's size may mean his ground game's at a disadvantage, and we all know what Nelson's capable of doing on his feet, plus he can kill people if he's on top doing groundwork. It's going to be a good fight, but I think Mir's experience will get the bitch the win.
Up next is the sub-main fight of the pay-per-view with Quinton Rampage Jackson against greased-up deaf guy, Matt Hamill. Jackson's win against Lyoto Machida and Hamill's win against Tito Ortiz has made this fight happen, with the winner possibly getting a title shot in the near future.
This will be a good wrestling fight. Both are great in their takedowns, control and wrestling. We've seen it with both guys. We know Rampage can stand on his feet and can defend, so I reckon this is more the case of Hamill will cope standing with Rampage.
So who do you think will win?
I think this won't last all 3 rounds, and I see Rampage beating Hamill across the cage like Mike Tyson does with his former girlfriends, which is a shame cause I actually like Hamill. Jackson to win by stoppage and to get the next title shot after Evans.
Now we have the main fight on the show with the much-anticipated rematch for the UFC lightweight belt between the challenger Gray Maynard against the champion Frankie Edgar. The two had a split draw the last fight, and both will be as determined as ever to get the win here.
It's going to be awesome. We're hopefully gonna see new things from both, such as Edgar's coping with the bully skills of Maynard's as well as Maynard's striking and groundwork. So this should be really good, potentially fight of the year. I think it's going to be too close to call. You have to consider experience, training and what both learned from their last fight.
So you can't give a prediction on this fight?
Afraid not this time, you bald-headed chicken choking bastard.
That's it for Final Round. We'll be back for the UFC 131 predictions and possibly Strikeforce the Ats vs Daily predictions. See you all later.